man.
All right, everybody, we are here. Hakeem Shkormi here. We are here at this Black Male Convention. We just did the one downstairs. Just want to let everybody know Professor James Smalls is getting ready to speak.
Again, Hotep, peace and blessings. And welcome to this event. Even though we're moving a little slow, what we're trying to do is something. And sometimes when you try to do something, it can get a little confusing for a minute. Because we've been in this country right now, for close to 400 years now.
Sir,
At least some of us. And we've been trying to do exactly what we're in this room to do for 400 years. And we've been able to do it to degrees, but we've never been able to do it in a way that the whole group can declare themselves free.
Right.
And I think a part of the problem has to do with this whole question of manhood.
Yes, sir.
But one of the problems is we deal with manhood like white people. We think you can deal with the man separate from the woman. Or you can deal with the woman separate from the man. Or you can deal with the man and the woman separate from the family.
Teach.
This is fundamentally about the family. Otherwise, a man has no other purpose. What is the purpose of a man? Just to drop some sperm? So here we are in America, nearly 80 million strong. For the last 4 years, we've spent over $1 trillion with people who wouldn't urinate on us if we weren't fired.
Wow.
We complain that we have no businesses, yet we give the $1 trillion that would support black businesses to people who don't support the black community.
Yes, sir.
So that means you got a mental issue. You don't want to admit you got a mental issue, but you got a mental issue. It means you don't know who you are.
Right.
Because you don't know who to be responsible to. If you had any idea what manhood was about, you'd understand that manhood is about constructing family. It's this constructed family that creates civilizations. And you're not going to get there unless you back up to the question of identity. I got a little West African hat on that suggests that I might be Yoruba. My brother got one on that suggests he might be Muslim. Igbo. Well, see, that's what I'm talking about. I'm gonna deal with the identity issue. And then we got somebody who may be Akan. And then we got somebody who may be African American. Then we got somebody who may be Moorish. Then we got somebody who may be Hebrew. And not a damn one of the somebodies have produced any nation over here yet.
Yes, sir.
What we need to raise, the most fundamental of all questions, is the what are we? Yes, we have all of the ethnic nations, they make up the family. We have the Igbo, we have the Yoruba, we have the Akan. These are ethnic nations. But there's a bigger family. And that family right now is being milked by everybody in the world. And the sustenance of the milk is going to everybody but the family. So we come down here in Washington to talk about black manhood. But if black manhood must be about the building of the black family, because it's only the black family that can produce a black man.
Yes, sir. Make it plain.
But we can't seriously consider talking about the black family unless we're going to discuss economics, politics, and culture. Because if you can't control the economics, politics, and culture where you live, you can't provide food, clothing, and shelter for the people you live with. And if you can't provide the food, clothing, and shelter, how are you going to build a family? Then we come back to the question of identity. Because the way people create economy is based on their relationships.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Their
sir.
cultural relationship. All economy is cultural. You go into the Italian community, they sell Italian shoes, Italian suits,
That's right.
Italian furniture. They have trips to Italy. They sell Italian pizza. There's what's that other thing? Whatever. But all of the food stuff
Yes, sir.
is of their culture.
That's
and
right.
they sell their culture to themselves, and they sell their culture to you.
Right, right,
You go in
right.
the Chinese community, what are they selling?
Chinese food.
culture.
Yes, sir.
And the things of Chinese culture, they sell it to themselves and they sell it to you. But when you come to our community, we got other people selling our culture to us.
Yes, sir.
And then they pervert that which they sell. And the few of us who have struggled, like the Yoruba brother here, and I saw another, the Igbo brother here, and another Yoruba brother, who have struggled to try to get the cultural essence back. The Akan brothers and sisters, the Hebrew
Sure.
brothers, instead of us fighting each other about which aspects of the culture is real, authentic,
Right.
or the better, we need to say, look at the mosaic of our culture, how do we unite it? So that we can provide food, clothing, shelter, and safety for ourselves and our family. Because if you can't do that, I don't care what you're doing.
That's right.
It doesn't matter. And you're not going to be that unless you can get control of economics, which means controlling the wealth in your environment. And if you're in DC, what is the wealth in your environment? You don't have any gold here. You're not planting cocoa or sugar cane. You don't have any pineapple groves. What is the wealth in this environment that you can harvest? Okay. The first thing in this environment is your tax revenue. That's your wealth. But
Yes,
you
sir.
don't harvest it. Everybody else does. And entitlement programs and not-for-profit programs. And they take your tax money and build their community with it. And then tell you you ought to feel guilty if you try to use it. You're dependent on the government. Well, who the heck you think is using all that tax money? Government don't have any factories to create money. The money all comes from you. That's the wealth in your environment. It comes back to your community as entitlement revenue. But do you have programs together to harvest that revenue, to build something in your community? The other revenue in your community is real estate. Real estate. That's part of your natural ecology. But are you coming together in programs or what do you call when you put your money together? I know and susus and co-ops and to put your money together to buy property so that you own where you live. Somebody asked Malcolm X, what is black nationalism? He said black nationalism is when you own the economic, politics, and culture where you live. If you don't own it, then you are in somebody else's community. You're nothing more than a neighborhood. And so you have to begin to buy up the real estate. When we go to college, we get a degree or we get a job or we get some money, the first thing we do is run away from our community. And there's plenty of real estate to buy here, but we'd rather go buy real estate in the white community. Where people won't even say good morning to you. You pretend. You tell them good morning, and you pretend they say good morning back. You know? Instead of buying real estate in your community and begin to construct the environment you want. So real estate, tax revenues. The next major thing is retail business. You walk down the street in our community from Harlem to Oakland, from DC to Atlanta, and you'll see the Yemenis got a store, the Korean got a store, the Chinese got a store, the Jew got a store. Everybody got a store but us. No, the Ethiopian, we're gonna have to educate them to know they're home. We can't, because they're lost, we can't leave them out there. It's our job to bring them in, but these other folks ain't us. Culturally, politically, and historically. Now, some people may say, well, the Yemeni brothers, they're kind of dark in Islam. They've been waging war on us since we were calling ourselves Moors in North Africa. They have to reckon with that.